Hello everyone, welcome back. So today's video is going to be on this look which I created for Eid. So let's begin. So I wanted the video or the makeup look to be focused more on skin than on the makeup. So I have also included my skincare today in this video. So I'm starting off with this Kama Ayurveda Rose Water, which I've recently started using, and it's such a good product. It's very light and the spray on this is very good. It's very light, like I said, and it's little expensive, but the product is very good, and it says pure rose water and it does feel like pure rose water, so it's very good. And I've also started using this Bee essence recently. I bought this from Nykaa and this is such a good product. I'm using this instead of a serum, and I don't know, it has this very strange texture. It's almost like a gel and it makes my skin very smooth. It almost feels like I'm wearing like a silicone based primer. It makes my skin very smooth, and it's also improved my skin texture. That's what I have felt since I've been using this, so I really like it. It's a little expensive, but it's still worth the investment, I feel. So as an eye cream, I'm using the Kiehl's Under Eye Treatment. This one is also a very great product. I've been using this for quite some time and it lasts forever. This has been, I don't know how many months I've been using it already, but it's very good and it lasts really long. It's expensive, but it's very good. And because it has a green color, and it could be because of the avocado that is one of the ingredients in this product, it kind of cancels out my darkness around the eyes a little bit. That's what I feel, but other than that, it's very hydrating and really good. So for moisturizer, I'm using the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Moisturizer. This one is again a very good product, very moisturizing and hydrating. And this actually it looks very good underneath makeup. It kind of makes my skin look very dewy and glowy. So it's very good underneath makeup. So I'm kind of taking my time to massage it on my skin because I didn't want to do a lot of makeup today. I do end up doing a lot of makeup, but it kind of looks my face looks really dewy, as you will see along the video. It's because of the skincare that I did before the makeup. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of primer around the center of my face. I'm using this LA Girl primer and I'm just going to focus it around the center of my face. I don't have like big pores, so I usually don't use primer, but because this look is for a special occasion, I thought of applying a primer, and I'm just focusing it on the center of my face. I don't need to apply it all over my face. So for foundation, I have this sample by Benefit. I bought some products from Benefit a few months ago and I got these samples. It's their Hello Happy foundation, and I have 3 shades here, 4, 5 and 6. So I started off with the shade 4 and I realized it was kind of light for me, so I mixed a little bit of shade 5 as well. And this foundation is actually quite good. The only issue I had with it is that it was kind of matte. It does not look matte on my skin, and it is because of the products that I applied before the foundation. That's why my skin looks kind of dewy and very hydrated throughout the video. And but I noticed that it's not very high coverage. Along with being matte, it does not provide a lot of coverage, and I'm totally okay with it because I don't have too many skin issues right now. I don't have too many blemishes or that sort of issue, so I was kind of okay with the coverage. But the only part I didn't like was that being very matte in finish. So if you have dry skin like I do, right now I don't have dry skin, so that's okay, but most of the year I actually have dry skin, so I won't be I usually don't use foundations that have a matte finish. But other than that, it was kind of okay for me, at least, because I don't need a lot of coverage. So if you're looking for something which is not full coverage and that has matte finish, then this is definitely a good foundation. But if you're looking for full coverage, definitely not. And if you're not looking for if you're looking for dewy formula, then also not. So that's what I think about this foundation. I don't know if it's available at Nykaa yet. I'll try to find it, and if I do, I will leave a link of it in the description box. So for concealer, I'm using a mixture of medium, the shade medium and sand sable of the Maybelline Fit Me range. So medium is more of my skin tone, so I will use it to cover the under eye circles, and I will use sand sable as a highlighting concealer. And I will show you a close-up of how my skin looks after the application of the concealer and the foundation, and it looks so smooth and so dewy, and that is why you need to always take care of your skin and take your time to do your skincare before you apply makeup, because it makes a huge difference. So you can see this is the close-up of my skin, and it looks so nice and hydrated, and this is what I was aiming for. So like I said before, you must take care of your skin before you apply your makeup. So now I'm going to use this powder sample. They didn't give me a concealer sample. I don't know if they have a concealer in this range. I'm sure they do, but they didn't give me the sample. So I'm using this powder. This is also from that Hello Happy range. It's in the shade of 4, and I'm using the sponge that came with this, and it's such a useful thing that I discovered while I was filming this video. I did not have a sponge like this. I maybe do in one of my compacts, but I never use it that much, and I realized this is such a useful thing. I use it a lot in this video. I'm talking about the sponge that came with this product, and it's very, very useful. I'm going to buy a bunch of these sponges once the lockdown is over. So I'm just pressing the powder on the areas I need to set. I'm not going to use it on my entire face because I don't have enough product anyway, because it's a sample, so I don't have too much product, and anyway I didn't want to take away the dewiness that my skin already has. So I'm just going to set the areas that need some setting, that is wherever I have applied the concealer, and just a little bit, whatever is left on the sample, I'll just apply it over my face, but not too much, which is why I am just taking very little product on the sponge, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to take away the dewiness that my skin already has. So moving on to the brows, now my brows are not in a good shape. I'm just trying to do whatever I can to maintain them at home. I don't know how to thread my brows, so I just try to trim them, and I just cut them with a scissor. So I'm not going to use a pencil today because they are already very, very big and bushy at the moment. So I'm just using a powder product. This is the Brow Pow by The Balm, and I'm just filling the gaps. I'm not going to do too much because they are already in a very, very bad condition. So moving on to the eyes, I'm using this Rose in the Air palette by Wet n Wild, and I'm taking that transition shade. And this palette is available at Nykaa, and it is very cheap. It's just for $4.99, and this is such a good palette. If you don't have this palette, then you can also use the Maybelline Nudes palette. I think the first palette that they had launched, and you can find, I'm just using two shades from this palette in this video, so you can find both the shades. It's just a brown and a golden shade. You'll find it in any palette that you have, if at all you have eyeshadow palettes. And if you don't, then this palette that I'm using is actually a very good investment. It's just for $4.99 and you get so many shades, and it's really amazing. They're very, very good eyeshadows, blend really well, as you can see. So I'm going to leave a link of that in the description box. So I'm not going to do anything dramatic with the eyes here. I'm just taking that transition shade, that brown shade that I was pointing at, and I will start blending it from my outer corner and bring it to up to my crease. That's all I'm going to do, and I'll do this a few times just to make it more intense. I didn't want to do a smoky eye, so I'm not going to use a dark eyeshadow. So that's all I'm going to do with my crease. Now I'm first taking that lighter shade to highlight my brow bone, and I'll use the same shade later on to highlight my inner corners as well, inner corner of the eyes. I usually forget this step, so I thought of including it today because I always forget it, and it actually makes a huge difference. Whenever you apply too many shadows on your eyes, it's always important to highlight that area because it kind of lifts your brows and it gives a very, very it kind of lifts your, like it lifts the brows and it also lifts your face. So if you don't do that, you kind of miss that part. Not that it's going to make a big difference, but it still makes a little difference, and to me that matters. So, but if you don't want to do it, you can totally skip. So then I'm taking that golden shimmery shade and I will apply it on the rest of my eye. I'm not taking it out till the outer corner of the eye, but I'll start from the inner corner and then towards the center of the eye. That's all I'm going to do. I did go ahead and apply a little bit of glitter because I wanted to, but it was not looking good somehow. So I went back to the golden shade and I reapplied it. So this is where I was trying to apply the glitter. This is that Wet n Wild palette that I have used many times in my videos. But I don't know, it was not, probably because it's very humid and they have kind of lost its texture. Maybe that's why, but I don't know, it was not looking very good. So I went back and reapplied that golden shadow from the Wet n Wild palette. So I go back to that transition shade quite a few times in this video, and that's only because I just wanted to make it a little more intense, because I was not creating a smoky look, but not applying the transition shade enough also might make it look a little bland. So that's why I was going back to the first shadow again and again. But if you don't like it, then you can totally skip it. You can just use a shimmery eyeshadow and take a blending brush and just blend the edges towards your crease, and that should be enough. So I'm using a liquid liner here. This is the Lakme 9 to 5 eyeliner, and it was kind of dried out. So I just managed to make a very, very tiny wing. Not that I was aiming for a big wing anyway, but it was very difficult because my liner has dried out. So I will go back to a black eyeshadow later and then apply over the eyeliner. I don't know, I'm kind of stuck with this black eyeshadow. None of my eyeliners are working like I would want them to work. So I think I'll have to buy a bunch of black eyeliners because none of them are coming off. Either they're not coming off as intense or they're completely dried out. So if you have any suggestions for good black eyeliners, then please let me know. So that's all I could manage to do with this eyeliner. It was completely dried out. So I just created a very, very tiny wing. And now I am lining my upper waterline with this Maybelline Colossal Kajal. I'm not applying a kajal on my lower waterline today because like I said, I didn't want to make the eyes too intense. so I skipped that part. I will go back to a darker eyeshadow and I will just smoke the lower lash line, but I'm not going to apply anything on my lower waterline today. So this is where I am retouching my eyeliner with some black eyeshadow. Now you don't have to, absolutely don't do this if you have quite an intense liner already, but mine wasn't, so I am again applying some black eyeshadow over it. And if you happen to do this step, just make sure you use an angled brush. Don't use a very fat brush because it's just going to ruin your liner. So now I'll just curl my lashes and apply a few coats of mascara. If you have fake eyelashes, then you can apply them. I have bought a couple of fake eyelashes, but I don't have the lash glue. I forgot to buy them when I bought the lashes. I was an idiot. I didn't buy the lash glue, and I did order a lash glue, but it didn't reach me because of the lockdown. So I actually wanted to use lashes in this video, but anyway, next time. So I'm using this L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara. It's actually very good mascara. If you curl your lashes and use this mascara, then it actually kind of gives you the look of wearing fake eyelashes. I don't have that many lashes, so but it still makes them appear very long and voluminous. But if you are blessed with very bushy eyelashes, then this is actually a very good mascara. So then I will take that dark eyeshadow and just smoke my lower lash line. That's all I'm going to do with my lower lash line today. I'm not applying any kajal or anything. So you can do this with any tiny pointy brush. I'm using a pencil brush here. This is called a pencil brush, and you can see it has a pointy end. So I'm sure these kind of brushes come with many palettes. And if you have those spongy things that usually palettes have, then you can also do this step with those brushes. So here I'm just applying that first shade again, just to intensify it a little bit more. And then I'll coat my lower lashes with some mascara. So that's it for the eyes. Going back to the face, I am using this Wet n Wild contour palette. Again, a very good product. I will just try to contour my face. I'm actually not that much into contouring. I usually don't like doing it, but I know everybody else likes it, so I include it in my videos. But personally, I think it does not look that good on me. I like contouring my nose because after applying a lot of foundation and everything, my nose my nose anyway has a very strange shape, and after a lot of makeup, it kind of looks even more strange. So I try to contour it, but other than that, I really don't like contouring too much. I have a small face anyway. I do have a big forehead, so on my forehead it's fine, but I don't know, on my face I don't really like it, but I understand it's quite a trend and people like doing it, so I include it. And actually I also use that lighter shade today. I usually don't use that, but I thought of using it because why not? It's for a special occasion, so I used it to highlight my under eye area. And this is where I'm trying to contour my nose, and I think I'm actually getting good at it. I was when I started off with my nose contouring, I was not very good and I never used to like it, but now I think I'm kind of getting good at it. So usually, if you are attempting to contour your nose, make sure that you always connect the line with your brows, because otherwise it kind of looks very strange and looks disconnected and starts looking fake. It'll look like you have actually contoured it, and that's not what you want. So you have to be careful and you try to connect the line with your brows. And for blush, I'm using these two blushes from this palette, which I have had for I don't know how many years. I had bought this from Jabong. If you all remember Jabong, it no longer exists. I think they have merged with Myntra, but I'm sure it's not a big brand or anything. But this was one of the first products that I bought when I started building my makeup kit. So the blushes, to be honest, are not good. The only reason I showed you the shades is because so you know what shades I'm using, but you can find these shades in any other blush palette or individual blushes as well. But the product is in itself is not good. It's very powdery and they don't blend that easily. You can see how I'm trying to blend them. They don't blend that easily. So the last step, the second last step actually, the highlighter. I'm using the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. This is their rose gold shade. I don't remember the shade name. I will leave a link of it also. Very, very, very stunning highlighter. Very, very good for brides and for special occasions. Very, very good and intense highlighter. So for lipstick, I'm using this very beautiful red lipstick by MAC. This one is Chili, I think. Yeah, Chili. That's the shade. You can also wear a nude lipstick. I purposely kept the eyes quite simple and kind of, you can use any shade with this. You can even wear a nude lipstick. Pink will not go with this look, so try to use brownish nudes if you are into nude shades, and if you'd like red, then you can definitely wear red. I think red goes with everything. So I couldn't find my red lip liner, so I'm just lining my lips with this lip brush that I have. So yeah, so if you have a red lip liner, definitely use it, because if you are getting ready for a special occasion, then you have to go a step ahead. So I'm just retouching everything here. After applying a red shade, you've noticed that your face kind of washes out. So it's always best to not, if you're using a red shade, then it's always best to not apply too much blush before, or at all, before applying your lipstick. So just apply your red lipstick first and then go ahead and apply your blush, so you don't end up doing too much of it. So I'll just set everything with the setting spray. This one is this is actually the only setting spray I have. So this one is by Wet n Wild. And that's the finished look. So I hope you all like this video. Happy Eid. Eid, I think, is on Monday. So happy Eid in advance. And stay home, everybody. Stay home, stay safe. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and you can click the bell icon next to it also to be notified every time I upload a video. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.